nali ndi awo nimpulira nga munda munnuma munseke muno munnumirira kati okulya nga munnumirira nimpuliramu ekintu ekitambula mpulira nga kitambula okukwatako bwenti nga mpulira kiringa kipiirapiira awo nintandika okugenda mu ddwaliro.
Global Surgical Initiatives is a registered non-governmental organization founded in Jinja by members of the Mount Sinai Health System in New York. GSI Health Center is located in Kyabirwa Village, Budondo Sub-County, and it's 10 kilometers from Jinja town. The surgical center challenges a long-standing stereotype that surgery is an intervention only deserved by those who can pay the high price. In 2016, a cross-sectional nationwide household-based survey estimated that 3,680,000 Ugandans have unmet surgical needs, among whom 1,380,000 require surgical treatment and 2.3 million require at least a surgical consultation. It's 18th October 2022. It's a chilly morning at Kyabirwa Global Surgical Center. A team of medical staff is getting ready to set off for Bugiri district in the eastern region of Uganda, Busoga sub-region, in one of its remotest villages. Bugiri is located 75 kilometers from Jinja, a 2-hour drive from Jinja town. The team arrives in Busoga village a day before the patient's surgery. A medical miracle is about to happen. The team is picked up by a young girl who directs them to the home of a young lady aged 48 years that's been battling with progressive distension of her abdomen for the last 8 years, reaching almost unbearable size. On arrival at Medina's home, she greets the team with her beautiful smile despite her pain. The lady is a mother to 6 children and also a former resident from Bushenyi district, which is in the western part of Uganda. She travels to Bugiri, about 380 kilometers from her hometown, in search of a better chance at survival. Her condition started as sudden severe abdominal pain, and at first she thought she had conceived. For the first 2 years, she travels to all sorts of places to seek medical help, but all in vain, until she's advised by a friend to move to the eastern side where she would find a herbalist. Desperate for help, she resorts to local herbs and other unconventional methods for 3 years, until she becomes frustrated and abandons her quest for hope and decides to wait her fate of a slow and painful death. It was one day, by sheer luck, when a group of medical experts found her while on one of their community health visits. They immediately took concern about her situation and reported her medical condition to GSI, where she would get her first review. On 2nd September 2022, medical experts from GSI began preparations for what would be a life-changing procedure for the 48-year-old female. The team meets with Medina and picks her up from her place and drives her to Jinja, at Rays of Hope Hospice, where she would stay for the night before her surgical procedure the following day. On October 19, 2022, she arrives at GSI at 8:40 a.m. for her final review before her surgery. Her surgery is scheduled for 2 p.m., and a team from Mount Sinai is also going to partake in the procedure, remotely assisting the surgeon team at Kyabirwa Surgical Center through a tele-live stream of the procedure. The surgery goes smoothly, and everything happens quite as expected. There would be a few challenges for the doctors, but it was expected and planned for properly. Medina has successfully just undergone a life-saving operation, an exploratory laparotomy and removal of what was found to be an ovarian cyst. An ovarian cyst is a medical complication where a fluid-filled sac is formed within or on the surface of an ovary. The ovarian cyst was found to contain 24 liters of dirty brown colored fluid and was carefully removed from its attachment to various organs in the abdomen. Distension of her abdomen for the last 8 years, reaching almost unbearable size. Usually, this condition would last a few months in patients with access to healthcare. The fact that she's been having an ovarian cyst for the past 8 years is a clear indicator of the consequence of the inaccessibility to healthcare, and more importantly, surgical services in rural parts of Uganda, where 80% of the population in rural areas have no access to these services. It's been a great historical day for the doctors here. She will stay in the care of health workers for 2 days while she's being monitored, and if all goes well, she will be discharged and health workers will follow up on her recovery from her home. GSI offers an ambulatory healthcare system where patients continue their treatment after surgery from their homes to reduce on costs of surgery. This outpatient model has proven to be of great value, especially in remote areas where access to surgical healthcare is limited. On 21st October, doctors discharged Medina after a series of reviews at the hospital. She feels very relieved and eager to get back to her normal life. She will now be able to return to her home district and perhaps resume her restaurant business once again. She's taken back to Busowa village, where she arrives to amuse neighbors who are delighted to see her. Some of the village onlookers are dismayed and can't believe that she's a lady that was suffering with an excessively swollen belly a few days ago, with difficulty walking, now returns with a flat belly, almost a totally transformed person. It's a proud moment for Medina's friends, family, and also the team from GSI, knowing that if one life can be saved, that's all that matters. This is Medina's profound story. The team at GSI, in partnership with doctors from Mount Sinai Healthcare System, will continue offering affordable surgeries in the remotest areas around the globe. GSI has been able to bridge at least 80% of the region's surgical gap through the latest surgical intervention methods. Kyabirwa will strive to remain the choice for groundbreaking and compassionate healthcare for the most vulnerable communities around the globe.